Now is Charles Rae, former royal correspondent at the Sun newspaper, from whom I just quoted. One thing that struck me as being standout, before we get into the detail of it, this was another case of media manipulation on imagery, because I sat there watching the pictures and 9 out of 10, it was happy, bouncy and brilliant.
Absolutely, Alison. I picked up some of the papers this morning, and I was wondering whether some of those people who were writing about the royal tour were actually there, to be perfectly honest. I saw exactly the same pictures as you saw. There were a couple of bumps along the way. Belize, where there was a village that didn't want William and Catherine to land their helicopter there, and they just changed the location. Jamaica was the big one, in the sense of there was protest there because Jamaica is in the midst of, if you like, getting rid of the Queen as head of state. Now, it is not up to the monarchy to decide whether a country that's in the Commonwealth stays with her as head of state or not. It's up to the countries themselves, which is what William made it perfectly clear. And I think all those countries have a decision to make. If they make that decision, absolutely fine. Now, Bermuda made the decision last year. It's gone totally independent, but it's still retained as a link with the Commonwealth. So that's what I would expect to happen in the future. You made a
and let me just butt into Charles. Therefore, yes, you would go along with the Times leader, because that's the key point that the Times leader says. Not the end of the Commonwealth, but it may well be that increasingly Her Majesty and then Charles and then William won't be head of state, but the Commonwealth could and should endure.
Yes, absolutely. Who knows what is going to happen after a new king comes along? We just don't know. And there are a lineup of countries who are saying we want to go totally independent, which is absolutely fine. There's nothing the royals can or want to do. William, in his summing up speech, said, just because you don't want, a head of state that's a monarch, we're still going to be friends. And that is absolutely true.